Doy la palabra a la delegación de Guyana.
Thank you, Mr. President. At the outset, I want to join in congratulating you and the delegation of Panama for your excellent stewardship of the Council during the month of August. And I also thank ASG Yencha for his briefing. Mr. President, we meet today following yet another series of airstrikes on Ukraine, which killed at least 23 people, including children. 23 lives that would have been spared had the parties agreed to a cessation of hostilities. The strikes also destroyed, as we heard, a residential building and damaged premises belonging to the European Union Mission and British Council in Kyiv. Guyana is compelled to reiterate the following three messages. First, Russia's military action in Ukraine undermines international law and is contrary to the principles enshrined in the UN Charter of respect for sovereignty, territorial integrity, and non-interference in the internal affairs of another sovereign state. The cost of this conflict, while borne most heavily by the Ukrainian people, is also being paid by civilians in the Russian Federation, the entire region, and the global community. We therefore reiterate our call for an urgent intensification of diplomatic dialogue to end the conflict, taking advantage of the pathways already created, and for immediate de-escalation of hostilities in both Russia and Ukraine. Lasting peace could never be achieved through the use of force, but rather by intense diplomatic effort. Ending this war peacefully must remain our foremost priority. Second, we reiterate our demand for full adherence to legal obligations under international law, including international humanitarian law and international human rights law. This conflict, from its inception, has been characterized by violation after violation of international law, with numerous attacks against critical and civilian infrastructure, the abduction of children, the denial of humanitarian access, and the killing of humanitarian personnel. There have also been attacks against nuclear facilities. We once again call upon the conflict parties to fulfill their obligations under international law, including international humanitarian law, and to take all necessary precautions to protect civilians. We also underscore the need to prioritize the protection of children. Third and final, the international community must continue to support efforts and confidence-building measures that could bring the two parties closer to the goal of negotiating a ceasefire. We commend the recent prisoner exchanges and the talks in Istanbul and hope that these can continue and will be matched by initiatives in other areas. In closing, Mr. President, Guyana will continue to support all efforts of the UN Secretary General and other willing partners who have been working diligently towards sustainable peace, a peace that respects Ukraine's sovereignty, independence, and territorial integrity within its internationally recognized borders. I thank you.
Agradezco a la
I thank the delegation of Guyana for their statement. I give the floor to the